So I'm going to follow the PDF answer key interpretation of this. It says, find the rate at which the water level is dropping when it is 2 inches, which would make me think that the water level is 2 inches high, but they've interpreted it as we've lost 2 inches, making a water level of 6 inches. So we know that the volume is decreasing by 1 cubic inch per second, and we also know how the radius and the height are related because in a cone like this, no matter what the water level is, the proportion is going to remain the same. So at the top of the water level, the radius is 4 and the height is 8. And as that water level drops, the radius is always going to be half the height. So we can say R equals H over 2. And ultimately, we want dH dt. And that is when H equals 6 in this interpretation. Okay. So what we got to do is we first have to we have to define the volume, and the volume of a cone is 1/3 pi r squared times height. And we ultimately want dH dt. We don't care about dr dt, so we should replace r with our using our relationship that we know. So we have the volume is 1/3 pi times h over 2 squared times h. So the volume is 1/3 pi times h squared over 4 times h. So let's simplify more. The volume is 1/12 pi h cubed. So now we can use this to find dV dt. So dV dt is going to be, let's do our power rule. What's 3 times 1/12? 3 times 1/12 is 1/4 pi h squared, chain rule, dH dt. Okay, remember we want dH dt. We want to know what dH dt is. We know what dV dt is, and we know what h is. dV dt is -1. So let's go up. I'm running out of space here. Okay, so dV dt is -1. And that's equal to 1/4 pi. H right now is 6 squared times dH dt. So we have, let's see here. We have -1 equals, 6 squared is 36, and 36 divided by 4 is 9. So we're going to end up with 9 pi dH dt. So then finally we can say that dH dt is -1 over 9 pi. Okay, that's our final answer, and then we should include units. So let's go up here for the final answer, because that's where we said, what is dH dt? Okay, so it is -1 over 9 pi, and then that's going to be in inches per second. This is dH dt. Okay, this is dH dt. Cool. -1 over 9 pi. You can note that the answer key says +1 over 9 pi, but remember that the water level is dropping. So we need to indicate that we're losing water level, that it's decreasing by making sure that we make it negative. And that comes from the very start when our dV dt is negative, because we're losing water from the tank.